We have 6 weeks behind us in the beautiful thing that is the college football season. And Charles Power, the rest of the team here at On3, put together the midseason true freshman All-American On3 team here. And with these, there's the whole list over at on3.com. So go and check that out if you haven't already. I want to highlight a couple players from this midseason true freshman All-American team we put together here at On3. And the first player, which deserves a ton of juice, is Zachariah Branch, wide receiver at USC. He's averaging 134 total yards a game. That's both as a receiver and as a return man. He's lightning in a bottle. Charles Power, when he was coming out of Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas, talked about him being like a can't-miss prospect. He lit it up pretty much every single stop he was at on the high school circuit. He's doing the same at USC. And he is at USC, in my opinion, like the infinity stone, or the final infinity stone, rather, for Lincoln Riley in that offense with Caleb Williams. They utilize him not just in the return game, but especially on that like pseudo triple option that USC likes to run with Caleb Williams. He's a lot of the time that third option on the outlet. And when you get him in space, it's just a problem for your defense. There's no other way to say it. He's going to be good for a really long time at USC. And they're talking about him like he's going to be one of the really, really good ones. Like he gives you Reggie Bush vibes. He gives you all those special players at USC vibes. Only a true freshman, but again, he's on our midseason true freshman All-American team. Make sure you're subscribed. College football, only college football every single day on the On3 YouTube channel. We appreciate y'all in advance for being dialed in. Another player on this list, offensive lineman Francis Mauigoa, also a 5-star player. He is a day one starter. The minute he got to Coral Gables, it was like, yeah, that guy's going to probably start for us right away. He's played 304 snaps, only allowed 2 sacks. Y'all, that's good for any offensive lineman, regardless of your class. But to be a true freshman and to be putting up numbers like that, or not putting up numbers like that, rather, extremely impressive. Speaks volumes to his development at the high school level. Was one of the things that we liked about him coming out of IMG, was how far along he was physically. And you're seeing the dividends now. Miami's offense having improved offensive line play in large part because of what Francis Mauigoa was doing. Because of the way they've improved that offensive line, Tyler Van Dyke now is able to get back to that version of himself that he was in 2021. So Francis Mauigoa, without question, a true freshman All-American on the midseason team for us here at On3. Now, Peter Woods is also on this list. He's a defensive lineman from Clemson. He was an industry 5-star, and he does not look like a true freshman. Like, we got the chance to go see Peter Woods in person for that Florida State game, and you just can't help but see number 11 on the field and think he's like a junior or a senior. When he got to Clemson, there was a lot of conversation around him just being a good college football player, period. Not just a good college football player for a freshman. Because especially the defensive line position, man, it takes a second to kind of get your feet under you and to get comfortable. There hasn't really been that same acclimation period for Peter Woods. He's been playing a lot of snaps for them, 138 to this point, tons of disruption. He's a guy that you can see pretty clearly on film making an impact, and that's the reason why he's on our midseason true freshman All-American team. Last guy I want to talk about, again, the whole list is over at on3.com. Go check that out. Make sure you're dialed in over there for the latest and the best in college sports and in recruiting. But Caleb Downs was a 5-star plus player coming out of high school, number 1 safety in America, and he came to Alabama with just enormous expectations. Like, people were talking about Caleb Downs during spring practice at Alabama as being in that same air of Minkah Fitzpatrick when he got to Alabama. And all Caleb Downs has done since he's got to Bama is meet those expectations and then some. He's currently leading Alabama's defense in tackles with 47. Had a huge interception against A&M. And those are stats which are nice, and we talk about them because they're tangible, and we can, sort of put a verified measurement to what Caleb Downs is doing on the football field. But what those stats should tell us is that Caleb Downs, as a true freshman, is having that light bulb come on pretty early and often. Like, to lead the team in tackles, to get that game-changing interception against A&M. That tells me instinctually what he is in terms of processing that defense is already up to par or beyond where a true freshman would be. And that's why he's able to make the plays that he's making. So the way that it feels for me with Caleb Downs, yes, he's a midseason true freshman All-American for us here at On3, but I feel a lot like he's just getting started. Like, I think the best football for all of these cats is in front of them. And for Caleb Downs, you feel like he may even trend better than he is right now, even with what he has the rest of the way at Alabama and the way their schedule shakes out. So To recap it for you, Zachariah Branch, Francis Malgo from Miami, the offensive lineman, Peter Woods, defensive lineman at Clemson, and Caleb Downs, the safety at Alabama. Just a couple of guys I wanted to highlight from this midseason true freshman All-American team for us here at On3. Again, go check out that whole team at on3.com. Some ballers that are on that list and are going to be the future of college football without question. Make sure you're subscribed. College football every single day. We appreciate y'all being dialed in. Don't miss a minute of the stuff that we are going on on3.com, what we have on this very channel. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.